Brian's story. If you meet Brian, one of the first things that he likes to tell you is that he's a triplet. There was Carrie, Brian, then me. You'll see a picture of us in 1982, which was the year we were born. In 2013, the picture on the right is a picture of at my sister's wedding. He enjoyed that event very much. The miracle of life. The average birth weight for triplets is 4 pounds and 1 ounce. The average NICU stay is 18 to 19 days. The average day in the hospital is 22 to 23 days. We were born 10 weeks early. Our average weight was 3 pounds. We stayed in ICU for 7 weeks and stayed in the hospital for 49 days. So we were a miracle. I wanted to take the opportunity now to give you a little bit of information about cerebral palsy. I know that this past week we talked about a little bit about that in our class, but it's a condition marked by impaired muscle coordinations, typically caused by damage to the brain before or after birth. Some important facts: cerebral palsy is the most common motor disability in childhood. About 1 in 320 children have been identified as having cerebral palsy, according to the CDC. In 2008, a study was conducted that 30.6% of those who have cerebral palsy have limited or no walking ability, which is how my brother is, but you would not know it. Having a disability does not change who you are. Brian does not know that he is any different than anyone else. Brian considers his legs his wheelchair. He's always willing to help perform outside chores such as cutting grass, going to check on the garden and the cows. Like I said earlier, Brian is always going places. He always feels the needs to go. If anyone is going anywhere, he has to go too. He's always ready to do something. And most people with cerebral palsy are a lot of times home ridden, and a lot of times they want the mobility affects them from doing different things. With Brian, he doesn't let that hold him back. There's always something going on in our house, and he always wants to be a part of it because remember, he's no different than you or I. Life only makes you stronger. He was born and diagnosed with cerebral palsy at 1 years old. My parents contacted the United Cerebral Palsy Organization. He used the physical therapy, speech therapy, occupational therapy, and also used the Madison Hope Center, and later became part of the Easter Seals in Montgomery. He took part in each of these about 3 times a week. And I do remember when we were little that he used to love the ball. They put that on there to help him with his motor skills and also to help him stretch. Where did Brian attend school? Brian attended school at Montgomery Children's Center. He began there at the age of 5 and attended there until the age of 21. One of his most favorite things to tell us is that he finished school first, and he did. We all took forever in college. However, he loves now that he's out of school and is able to spend time with his family and friends. So that was also great. I also wanted to show you a picture of our family because I wanted you to know how tight knit of a family we are. Family is very important to us. And this was a picture taken at my sister's wedding for which you can see Brian was a part. He always wants to be in the middle of things and wants to see what life is about and what life has to offer. Therefore, his experiences and is exactly the same as you or I. The only difference is he has no legs or he cannot walk. So, when we left, Yes, he never meets a stranger. He's always willing to try, and he's patient, perseverance, and he takes every day one day at a time. And he finds enjoyment in the little things and don't take things for granted. So, come to the most
Now I want to
important
give you an
part of my
opportunity to meet
presentation, and
Brian
that
that
is
we've
a
talked
message
about
from my
earlier.
dad and a
So without
message
further
from
ado,
me introducing
here's
my
Brian.
brother. After
What is
that,
it
he will
like to
follow
raise
with a short.
triplets?
It is very rewarding. It's very time consuming. It's very expensive. Everything you do for one, you have to do for three. And, it's a joy and a pleasure, though, in the long run. It's all worth it.
What is it like to have a special needs child?
It's very, very humbling. Very humbling. It brings you down to earth, makes you find out, figure out, makes you know, see what is really important in the world.
Okay. And what is the most important lesson that you can learn from raising a child with cerebral palsy?
To be patient and understanding and love, be able to love just the least little things. It doesn't have to be a big event, a big something to be happy about it. Just be happy over every little thing that happens that he does that he's proud of and you're proud of.
Saying from my brother, as you know, he has
What are
cerebral
y'all
palsy,
doing?
and he liked the idea. As you can
This is my brother Brian, who is also one of the triplets who has cerebral palsy. That's the one that I've been talking about. Today I want him to answer a few questions for me. What are one of your favorite things that you like to do? He loves cutting grass. What else do you like to do? What else do you like to do? Huh? What else do you like to do? Get on the tractor. What else? And the lawnmower. What's your favorite country music song? You don't know that one? What's your favorite country music star? Do we say Roll Tide? All right. Well, as you can see from our presentation, I have given you a little bit of information about what it's like to have a brother who has cerebral palsy. Now I'm going to turn it over to my dad to let him give you a little bit of information. This is my dad, Donald Royal.
Hi, how y'all doing?
What is it like to have a son with cerebral palsy?
It's very, very humbling, very rewarding. Makes you think about what's important in life. You know, all the things that you used to think were so important don't really matter anymore. You have to take one day at a time and just try to make him as happy and peaceful as he can be. And it seems like your whole time is spent trying to please him and trying to keep him satisfied.
And what is one of the most joyous things that you know?
Seeing him happy, seeing him enjoy life.
And what is it like raising triplets?
A headache.
Why?
It's very tedious, very time consuming. Everything you do is tripled, and especially when you have a son that is not running around and doing like the others. You have to do everything for and make sure that everything is done for him before you can do for others. It takes away from the time that you can spend with all the others because you have to be so involved with him.
Okay.